Imagine for a moment a quiet, sun-drenched living room where an elderly couple sits, sipping tea and looking out at the garden they have tended for 40 years. To them, this house isn't just wood and brick. It is a treasure chest of memories, the place where their children took their first steps and where every scratch on the floor tells a story. But in the shadows of this peaceful scene, a fictional storm is brewing in a faraway land of high towers and heavy scrolls. In this world of what if, a single date, April 15, looms like a dragon at the gate. If they don't solve the riddle of the great tax kingdom in time, the very roof over their heads could be at risk. This is the story of the hidden traps, the secret bonuses, and the invisible threads that could pull a home right out from under a family. Once upon a time, in a place very much like our own, a new rule was whispered into existence. They called it the One Big Beautiful Bill. It was signed on a day of fireworks and flags, promising to change the lives of every person who had reached their 65th year. For these seasoned travelers of life, the kingdom offered a gift, a senior bonus. It was as if the king had reached into the treasury and pulled out 6,000 golden coins for every individual, or 12,000 for a couple, to help them keep their lanterns lit. But like all tales of old, this gift came with a catch. If a person earned too much gold from their labors or their trades, the gift would slowly vanish into thin air, leaving them with nothing but a higher bill to pay. In this dramatic tale, the biggest danger comes when a person decides to part ways with their castle. Imagine an old knight who bought his small fortress decades ago for a handful of silver. Today, that fortress is worth a mountain of gold. In our story, the law says he can keep a portion of that profit for himself without giving any to the crown. But if the profit is too large, larger than the 250,000 coins allowed for a single traveler, the crown demands its share. This demand is not small. It could be tens of thousands of coins. And here is where the plot thickens. That extra gold makes the knight look much richer than he truly is. Suddenly, the village healers who provide his medicine see his wealth and raise their prices, demanding more for his care every single month. It is a double-edged sword that many do not see until it has already left its mark. The tension rises as the deadline draws near. In this world, the tax collectors do not carry swords, but they carry something much more powerful, a lien. A lien is like an invisible ghost that attaches itself to the walls of your house. You cannot see it, and it doesn't make a sound, but as long as it is there, you do not truly own your home. You cannot sell it to a friend, and you cannot ask the bank for help. It sits there, cold and heavy, waiting. If the debt is ignored for too long, the ghost turns into a lovey, a giant that can physically take the keys and sell the house to the highest bidder. While the storytellers say this rarely happens in the blink of an eye, the fear of it is enough to keep anyone awake at night. As we walk through this fictional landscape, we see that the danger isn't just from the crown's collectors. There are villains in the woods, tricksters and thieves who pretend to be from the royal treasury. They call people on their magic mirrors, using voices that sound official and scary. They scream that the guards are coming to the door unless gold is sent immediately via strange, untraceable gems or magic cards. These villains are clever. They know that a person's home is their heart, and they use that fear to drain their life savings. Some poor souls in our story are even tricked into taking loans against their houses to pay these monsters, losing their legacy to a lie. But even in the darkest stories, there is a map to safety. The first rule of the map is simple. Talk to the kingdom, even if your pockets are empty. Sending a letter to the treasury by the deadline, even without the gold, is far better than staying silent. Silence is seen as a crime of its own, and the penalties for it grow like weeds in a garden, doubling and tripling until they overwhelm the flowers. The second rule is to claim what is yours. That senior bonus of 6,000 coins is waiting for those who know to ask for it. It is a shield against the rising costs of the world, but it must be picked up and carried. It does not fly to you on its own. In the final act of our drama, we see the importance of the small details. Every new roof put on the castle, every kitchen hearth rebuilt, and every stone replaced is a piece of evidence. These improvements act as a defense, showing the crown that the castle cost more to maintain, which lowers the taxes owed when it is finally sold. The wise travelers keep every receipt and every note, building a wall of paper to protect their gold. They also look at their medicine costs, making sure they aren't being overcharged just because they had one lucky year of selling a property. They use special forms to appeal to the healers, explaining that their wealth was only a temporary flicker, not a permanent flame. As the sun sets on our tale, the message is clear. The world is changing, and the rules are becoming more complex. Even though there are fewer guards patrolling the roads, they have built giant mechanical brains, artificial intelligences, that watch every transaction and every coin from afar. These machines do not have hearts, they only see numbers. If the numbers on a person's scroll do not match the numbers in the machine, a red flag is raised, and the journey becomes much harder. This is why the characters in our story must be careful, honest, and brave. They must seek out the wise elders and the free helpers who wait in the villages to guide them through the thickets of the law. The clock is ticking in this fictional world, and the date of April 15th is almost here. It is a story of caution, a drama of high stakes, and a lesson in being prepared. The house on the hill, with its tea-filled rooms and garden of memories, is worth fighting for. By understanding the riddles of the bonus coins, the traps of the home sale, and the tricks of the villains, the heroes of our story can keep their keys, protect their gold, and ensure that their fortress remains a place of peace for many years to come. In the end, knowledge is the strongest armor anyone can wear, and sharing that knowledge is the greatest act of kindness one neighbor can do for another. Imagine the relief as the couple in our story finally signs their papers, knowing they have claimed every coin they were owed and blocked every ghost from their door. They can go back to their tea and their garden, watching the sunset without fear. The storm has passed, not because it wasn't real, but because they were ready for it. This is the power of being informed, the strength of the community, and the hope that even in a world of complex rules and hidden dangers, a simple person with the right information can still come out on top. This dramatized journey shows that while the path is narrow and filled with mist, there are lanterns along the way. There are people who care, rules that help, and ways to turn a terrifying deadline into just another day on the calendar. Whether it is the fictional one big beautiful bill or the imaginary senior bonus, the lesson remains: look closely, ask for help, and never let fear drive the carriage. The story of the home is a story of the heart, and protecting that heart is the most important mission of all. As we close the book on this tale, let us remember that every traveler's journey is unique. Some will find the path easy, while others will stumble over the stones of capital gains or the thorns of audit flags. But no matter how difficult the road seems, there is always a way forward. The kingdom may be vast and its laws may be many, but the spirit of the people is stronger. By standing together and sharing the map, we ensure that no one is left behind in the dark, and every castle stays in the hands of the knights and queens who built them. And so the story continues, with new chapters being written every year as the seasons change and the deadlines approach. It is a never-ending cycle of vigilance and victory, a drama played out in every town and city. The characters may change, but the stakes remain the same. The house, the home, the sanctuary. It is the prize at the end of the quest, the reward for a life of hard work and careful planning. Let this story be a reminder that while the world of taxes and laws may seem like a confusing maze, there is always a light at the end, guiding us back to the warmth of the hearth and the safety of our own front door. In this land of make-believe and dramatic flair, the lesson is etched in stone: be wise, be careful, and be bold. The dragon of April 15th can be tamed, the invisible ghosts can be banished, and the golden gift of the senior bonus can be claimed. It only takes a bit of courage to open the scrolls, a bit of patience to read the fine print, and a bit of heart to share the story with others. The journey is long, but for those who are prepared, the destination is a place of security and joy, where the memories of the past are protected by the wisdom of the present. As the final echoes of this story fade, we see the elderly couple one last time. They are laughing now, the weight of the unknown lifted from their shoulders. They have navigated the fictional kingdom, avoided the traps, and secured their legacy. The garden blooms brighter than ever, and the tea tastes just a little bit sweeter. It is a happy ending to a dramatic tale, a reminder that even in the face of the most complex challenges, a simple understanding and a steady hand can save the day. The story is yours to carry, a map in your pocket for the road ahead. In a world where numbers can feel like monsters and laws can feel like mazes, this story serves as a guiding star. It reminds us that behind every tax form is a human story, and behind every deadline is a family's peace of mind. By treating the complex as a narrative and the scary as a challenge to be overcome, we reclaim our power. We become the authors of our own destiny, the protectors of our own homes, and the heroes of our own legends. And that, in any world, is the greatest story of all. So, let the bells ring out across the fictional kingdom. Let the news spread through every village and town. The mystery of the April deadline has been decoded. The secrets of the senior bonus have been revealed, and the path to safety is clear. No one needs to walk this road alone. With the map in hand and the story in heart, every homeowner can face the future with confidence, knowing they have done everything they can to keep their sanctuary safe and their future bright. The drama ends here, but the peace of mind is just beginning. Imagine the strength it takes to face a giant, and the wisdom it takes to outsmart a trickster. That is the journey we have shared. It is a tale of vigilance, a saga of survival, and a drama that unfolds in the quiet moments of everyday life. As the final curtain falls on this fictional retelling, remember the lessons learned in the shadows of the tax kingdom. Keep your eyes open, your receipts organized, and your heart focused on what matters most. The home is more than just property. It is the stage where your life's play is performed, and it deserves the best protection possible. In the grand library of life, this story is just one volume, but it is an important one. It speaks of the intersection between the rules of the crown and the dreams of the people. It reminds us that while the landscape may change, and new bills may be signed into law, the fundamental desire for safety and security remains the same. By turning the dry language of taxes into a human story of drama and emotion, we make it accessible to everyone, from the youngest student to the oldest sage. As we part ways with this story, let its energy stay with you. Let the tension of the deadline motivate you, and the promise of the bonus inspire you. The kingdom of taxes may be a land of many rules, but it is also a land of many opportunities for those who are brave enough to explore it. May your hearth be warm, your gold be safe, and your home be yours forever. The story is told, the map is drawn, and the future is yours to write. In the end, it is not just about the coins or the deadlines. It is about the feeling of safety when you lock your front door at night. It is about the pride of ownership and the comfort of knowing that you have navigated the storms and come out stronger on the other side. This fictional drama, inspired by the themes of the world, is a tribute to every homeowner who has ever worried about a letter from the Treasury or a rising bill. It is a call to action, a song of resilience, and a roadmap to peace. So, take this story with you as you walk through your own garden. Let it be a reminder to check your scrolls, talk to your neighbors, and always look for the hidden bonuses that are waiting to be found. The dragons may be large, but the heroes are larger. And in this story, the hero is you. With the right information and a bit of courage, you can win the day, keep your castle, and live happily ever after in the place you call home. The drama concludes, the lesson remains, and the journey continues. In this world of storytelling, we find the truth behind the fear. We see that the risks are real but manageable. We see that the rewards are there for the taking. And most importantly, we see that we are not alone. There are thousands of others on the same road, facing the same deadlines and dreaming the same dreams. By sharing our stories and our maps, we make the kingdom a smaller, friendlier place for everyone. The end of this script is just the beginning of your next chapter, one filled with confidence, clarity, and the quiet joy of a home well protected. As the final words are spoken, let the weight of the drama settle into a sense of purpose. April 15th is not an end, but a milestone. The one big beautiful bill is not a mystery, but a tool. And your home is not just a building, but a sanctuary that you have the power to defend. Carry this story forward, share it with those you love, and step into the light of knowledge. The play is over, the actors have taken their bows, and the stage is set for you to succeed. With a final nod to the garden and the tea-filled room, we leave our characters in peace. They have done the work, they have solved the riddles, and they are safe. May your own story have such a happy ending, filled with the security and warmth that only a home can provide. The drama of the tax kingdom fades into the background, replaced by the simple, beautiful reality of a life lived without fear. Good luck on your journey, fellow traveler, and may your castle always be your own. The fire in the hearth flickers low, casting long shadows on the walls of the fortress. The knight and the queen look at their scrolls one last time, satisfied that every seal is in place and every golden coin is accounted for. They have outmaneuvered the ghosts of the liens and the giants of the levies. They have ignored the sirens of the scammers and found the hidden path to the bonus treasury. Their story is a beacon for all who follow, a testament to the power of a simple story told with a brave heart. As the stars come out over the kingdom, a sense of calm descends. The storm of the deadline has been weathered, and the towers of the city look less imposing in the moonlight. The heroes of our tale can finally rest, knowing that their legacy is secure and their walls are strong. This dramatized account of the great tax kingdom ends here, but its echoes will stay with those who listened, a reminder that in every challenge, there is a story waiting to be told and a victory waiting to be won. Final thoughts drift like autumn leaves, settling on the idea that knowledge is the ultimate currency. In the world of royal-style themes and fictional dramas, the one who knows the law is the one who keeps the crown. Let your wisdom be your shield, and your awareness be your sword. The journey of the homeowner is a noble one, filled with high stakes and deep emotions. May you navigate it with the grace of a king and the curiosity of a child, always looking for the next piece of the puzzle that will keep your home safe and your spirit free. And so the curtain falls. The script is complete, the story is told, and the message is sent. From the fictional halls of the treasury to the real warmth of your living room, may this tale serve as your guide. Protect your home, claim your due, and never stop learning the stories that shape your world. The end of our journey is the beginning of yours. Walk boldly into the future, and may your home always be the place where your story lives.